All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'm, of course, Gregor Guy, joined here by Mr. Cuz and Mr. Casey. We're going to be presenting to you the next episode of Banghead Financial. Obviously, this week was a rough week for a lot of people. In particular, just yesterday, in fact, Bitcoin went from like 55,000 all the way down to like 44,000 in over the course of an hour.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of, I don't know personally, what happened. I suspect what happened was there was a coordinated sell-off from some whales, as we like to call them. But can't substantiate any of that at this point in time. It's just very strange that it dropped like $11,000 in the course of an hour.
That's definitely a lot of money.
Was that the biggest blow off so far?
I don't know. I would have to do research on that. I mean,
It sounds at least like in the top 2 or 3.
It's pretty significant.
I think a lot of people have, like, especially whales and like large money firms, they probably have some kind of automated system that if it's dropping too low too fast, they automatically pull.
Right. Well, I mean, even on exchanges and everything, you can place like buy and sell orders.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it would be safe to assume that an institution can do that. But also at the same point in time, you have to, in order to dump like a significant transaction.
Right.
You got to work that out with, I guess, an exchange or either that or sell it over the counter to someone, another investor.
Right.
So, I mean, that whole thing, I don't know, it's just really strange. Like I said, this just happened yesterday. We'll probably have to wait a little while for, what all the, factors that went into this, event are. Wait for them to come out and, come public knowledge.
You may not know this, but I was hearing things about there was a lawsuit and they were trying to uncover the true identity of the creator of
this guy down in Florida that claimed to be Satoshi Nakamura, I believe was his name.
Do you think that case might have something to do with this?
No, because every person pretty much knows that guy's just lying.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he was from Asia, right?
No, they don't know. They don't know. The name that they gave on the white paper for Bitcoin could be a pseudonym. No one knows the actual identity of, the creator of Bitcoin. So
it's like it could be like a Lord Voldemort type thing where it turns out it was Tom Riddle all along.
I guess it's possible. Could be a time traveler for all we know.
Time traveling, okay.
I mean,
that's possible,
Since we're talking about Harry Potter and throwing odd random shit out there, why not a time traveler? You know what? I think it was Bill and Ted. I think they created Bitcoin.
Bill and Ted are creators of Bitcoin. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
That's why Keanu.
Anyway, obviously the stock markets also did not have a very good week. A lot of fear going around about this global situation of varying degrees that is transpiring.
Oh, varying degrees?
Yep, various degrees, I guess you could say. Anyway, so basically, all in all, financially, the world is in a kind of a what's a good word there? A spiral, and it's spiraling down at the moment. But everything is cyclical. You never know. Get some good news. Maybe something good will happen.
Personally, in my opinion, when it's down like this, I feel like it's going to come back up eventually, one way or the other.
It's good time to accumulate.
So, to be honest, I mean, you want to hold it, and if you have money to spend, you want to buy into it because now is the time because it's low.
Yeah, I mean that's true. And I assume you're more or less just talking about like crypto.
I mean, not just crypto. I mean that's the, generally speaking, it like a brand that you know is not going to go away or is not going to collapse. If it has a drastic downturn, just a temporary thing, when it goes down, that is the time you buy. You don't buy when it's high. You buy when it's low, and you let it build
That's
back
been
up.
like a staple for
Buy
the
low,
stock
sell
market.
high.
Yeah, that's been a staple for the stock market since it began.
Yeah.
All the investors always say that. When everybody gets panicky, that's the time to buy.
And let's be honest, there's people that make money in the depression. Maybe they because they see it when it. I mean, when they see it's low,
you can
people
short. You can short, stocks
right.
and cryptos and everything, but and a lot of people are really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the concept. I'm not confident enough in my abilities to be able to do that. And
Now, do you think
make that work.
Bitcoin dropped so much because they're trying to buy it up again?
I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, especially a drop that severe. I mean, I don't want, like I said, I don't know enough about the situation yet. I mean, you always got to look at, market manipulation and everything. But, like I said, it just happened yesterday. We haven't really heard a whole lot about, what addresses, what wallets all this, a sell-off came from. But, people are out there are really smart and they know how to use the blockchain to verify who did this, basically. So I'm just going to wait for that information to come out before I realistically even comment on it further. Although I will say, as you said, I did buy some more Bitcoin yesterday.
Yeah. Perfect time.
Perfect time. So anyway, that's where we're at with markets and everything. Down, basically. Another thing that is also going down is, and we're going to get to the meat of our discussion here, we're going to talk about 401ks and retirement plans. Now, I have a 401k. I know you have a 401k as well. Let me ask you this first. How often do you check your actual, 401k?
Never.
Never. Okay. I do it about like every 6 months, maybe.
Right.
Just to see what's going on and everything. I have been at $25,000 for like the last 2 years. It never moves, but I keep putting, money in every week. Every week.
I don't believe in somebody else's portfolio. I believe in myself and what I
Yes,
invest in.
and this is kind of the point that I was getting at. You have, someone managing that portfolio for you, and I have to assume that they're getting some sort of commission or some sort of fees and everything for doing that. And I'm just curious as to I don't know for a fact, what percentage or how much these fees actually are, but I have to assume that, let's just say I'm putting in like $5,000 into my 401k every year over the past 2 years. It should have gone up from 25 to 35 without, if everything just stayed the same. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, markets go up and down, and where that money's invested in is going to change everything, so on and so forth, whatnot. But my realistic issue is I have not been able to find a way to track the fees that get paid out to these, money managers and
You don't even know who they are.
Don't even know who they are. No. I mean, it
Sounds like a scam to me. I don't know.
To me, that's...
Might as well just put it into a bank account if it's staying the same.
Well, I mean...
Collected the 4% interest or the whatever you can get on CDs.
See, this conversation makes me think, do you think you'll be able to retire, just say things are going the way they are?
Well, especially on periods of time like this where there's uncertainty
Right.
in the world and everything. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I checked my thing today and saw that it was like way down.
Right.
You know, I mean, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days,
Right.
but with the level of uncertainty that is going around, at this point in time, it's who knows.
Right.
It's kind of a who knows situation.
So all those years, that money might be gone.
Well, think about back in like 2008 when they had the whole financial
Right.
system, everything where they banks and everything had to get bailed out. That a lot of people, let's just say let's say they had a 401k that they've been contributing to for 35 years or something. They had $500,000, and then this thing happens in 2008, and then all of a sudden they got $100,000.
Right.
It's crazy, but it works like that. And
Yep.
I don't want to say that I foresee that happening,
Well, if they keep printing money,
right now and everything. But if the situation globally doesn't improve, it's it could happen. Think about this: What if you're getting ready to retire right now, and you already went through the 2008, where let's just say even half your 401k disappeared, and then you build it back up over the next 13 years, something like that. And then what if half your money disappears again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing? So, that's basically where my opinion's at on that. Now you wanted to start to say something.
I mean, if they keep printing money and inflation goes up, your money's worth money, all your money, not only your stocks and the money that you got in your pocket is all becoming worth less.
Right.
If you keep printing money, that money is just
Okay.
worthless.
Well, take this as an example too. Okay, let's just say, the numbers that they came out with, I think like 2 weeks ago or something, was 6.2% was the inflation rate on the U.S. dollar over the course of the past 12 months.
That's got to be one of the highest inflation rates. That's
highest in 31 years. But anyway, if your 401k in this particular instance doesn't grow at 6.2%,
Right.
your 401k is a deflationary asset.
Right.
What? I don't know. I don't know how to fix it either. That's the problem. A lot of people that are way smarter than me, that make a lot more money than me, are out there, creating whatever policies that allows these things to happen. So, I said, I'm just
generally speaking, it's a manipulation to create more wealth for them and create less wealth for you.
Yeah, and they, classify it as a service or a,
Right.
profession.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Business jargon.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to do about it, but
Well, I have heard people say that if your money's stagnant anywhere, you're going to lose money at some point in time. Like, the whole point to make money is to keep it circulating. People that made a bunch of money have said, now I don't know if this is true or not, but they say, always keep your money moving. Because, like, a savings account is pretty much pointless, which is basically like a 401k, because it's just sitting there stale. You want to keep your money flowing.
If the manager of the 401k, whatever the fund manager is, if he's doing a good job, then your
Right.
portfolio is constantly growing.
Right.
If he's doing a good job.
Obviously, yours isn't.
Well,
Or she.
it's a fairly reputable company that it goes through.
Well, maybe they're not. Like you said, you don't even know who's fucking
Yeah,
managing shit, dude.
that's true, but hey, this is what it is. Well, final thoughts.
It's like you said, it's a time of uncertainty.
Yeah, and that's realistically the main point of this episode is uncertain times. We don't know we don't know what the news is going to be next week, next month, next year. Just, stick it out. If you got some capital, you're looking to invest, it's not a bad time to do it, realistically. So, you got any final thoughts there, Casey? Nothing?
That's it.
Okay. Everything said that needed to be said. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this episode of Banghead Financial. I am, of course, Gregor Guy, joined here by Mr. Casey and Mr. Cuz.